Welcome everybody to Velocity Dirt Tour UMP Modifieds here at Knoxville Raceway as the championship battle gets closer and closer as only a few more races remaining in the season. Clifford Driscoll currently holding that points lead with some guys like Taylor Ron, Daniel George Jr., Ryan Thomas, and Lockdale knocking on the door for that championship. We'll kick it over to Taylor. What do you got? What are you expecting here tonight at this half-mile racetrack?
Yeah, I think last couple races it's been that third mile and smaller, so hitting a half mile just going to be a completely different type of race. So I think you got to be smooth here, and I think one of the smoothest drivers here, is your points leader, as you said, Clifford Driscoll. I expect him to, kind of take the reins in this one, but a lot of fast guys, heat winners today. Jaron Valley in the 01 car, he's been very fast, across all series. So keep an eye on him. We got Brian Thomas picking up a heat win in that 20 car, as well as Matt Durbin, who has a feature win in the super late models. So we'll have to keep an eye on him as the 182 is able to park it in victory lane. But a lot of cars here tonight. Half mile should be some good racing tonight.
No doubt about it. Like we talked about, a lot of really fast cars and heats, but another race where we had a pretty good car count. You definitely had to earn your spot tonight. Modified season almost over. These guys looking for some solid runs at the end. We saw a lot of really good cars that finished second and third in their heats. I mean, Kenzer Tosh might have had the fastest car out of anybody here, and he brought home third in heats. Very interested to see what he's going to be able to pull off tonight. As you see, the cars working in the track right now. This race is also presented by Awesome A-Arms, Black Dirt Racing Co., Krutov Race Cars, Flash Sim Sports, Jacob Marcellet Racing, and Rocky Top Sim Wraps. As we get ready to get it going here for the feature.
Yeah, I think especially on a racetrack like this, it's going to be what drivers can find that, perfect groove right away. It's probably going to be that bottom. We'll see. It's going to kind of be about that sliders. If you can get under guys, I expect some protective lines throughout this race, but should be some great racing as we kind of test out this half mile. We don't race half miles often, but here tonight looks like guys having a lot of fun, but should have some great racing action here tonight.
Yeah, usually the only big tracks we really run are tracks like Charlotte and Eldora. You don't really see us run like a Williams Grove or a Port Royal or USA or anything like that. It's kind of just the big three of Knoxville, Charlotte, and Eldora. So very interested to see what guys will perform as we've got Charlotte coming up here soon. As we take a look here at the starting lineups, anybody that stands out to you in this first group?
Yeah, top 12 redraw. Buck was in that top 12 redraw, but won last week, so he'd be taking the rear tonight. But just looking at this list, Clifford Driscoll, always quick. That points leader right now, starting third. He's going to be taking advantage of that one. But I got Jaron Valley in that 01. He's been fast all year, improving every year, and he gets that pole position in the random redraw.
Yeah, definitely Clifford Driscoll and Jaron Valley, two cars that have been super consistent this year. But I'm still going to pick Kinzer and the 11. I mean, like I said, I feel like watching heat races, he might have had the fastest car of this group. So very interested to see how he can run tonight. But and look at the back. A lot of really good cars back here in the back. Very interested to see what these drivers in the back can do. Can Buck charge his way to the front and bring home a great finish? Fortunately, Knoxville is a track where it's not going to be... It's a big track, so you got a lot of room, 40 laps, plenty of time to move your way up to the front. So I think that it's not a terrible situation for Buck. Also interested to see with this big of a track, how many green flag laps will we see? Will these guys be able to clean it up here? Let's get ready to fire off for 40 laps at Knoxville in the UMP Modifieds. See guys like Alex Hayes in the back, a car that's usually up there at the front. Interested to see if he can go forward. Is Matt Durbin with some troubles. Looks like he's going to miss the start as green flag is underway here at Knoxville. Jaron Valley will lead him off into one. Driscoll will dive under him, looking for the lead on the first turn. But Valley will get a good run off of two and side by side into three. Driscoll looking to take control, and he will lead lap number 1 from 3rd to 1st in 1 lap. What a job he's done so far. As you see, ooh, Ryan Kent gets tangled up with Logan Moon there. They keep it straight, keep it going here. See a battle there as Tuttle will dive to the inside of Zach Staggs. Kent up top, contact. Staggs gets checked up a ton there. A lot of side-by-side racing throughout this entire field. Kinder Tosh up to 5th. Keegan Sanders looking on the inside of him for 5th. They start to stretch out here. Top 5 starting to single file. See Jaron Valley in that 2nd place car as Clifford Driscoll pulling away to a nice lead early on in this race. Benedict trying to make a run on Jaron Valley. Kinzer Tosh trying to make a run there on Brian Thomas. Side-by-side battle here with Dill and injuries. Dill kind of working that middle line. Injuries up top. I feel like early on right now you see that slick patch on the bottom. I feel like you have to get up there to that middle line. Otherwise it's hard to get that power down on that slick down there. You see Harrison Dill, and there you see Buck already up to 18th. Trying to work his way forward. He's ripping the high line trying to go forward here. We got 2 cars. It's a side-by-side battle here. See Staggs trying to work his way forward. Buck and Dill side-by-side. Ryan Kent was one of those cars that broke along with the 25 of Krutov with some big damage there. So 2 cars all the way to the back already. So you see Clifford Driscoll still controlling that race lead. Jaron Valley, P2, Benedict Ringer, P3, Brian Thomas, P4. Whole top 5 stretched out. Kinzer Tosh currently sitting 5th. Braden Tuttle in that P7 spot, trying to make a run on Jordan Injuries for 6th. Side by side. Battle for 6th place is underway here. Tuttle will get under him again. Clean racing so far. Tuttle slides up, almost a little bit of contact there, but injuries controlling the momentum and holding on. We'll take a look back. Zach Staggs up to P12, got checked up on that first restart. Doing a good job of driving back forward here as Dill currently riding in that 11th place spot. Slide back Buck already up to 15th, challenging Mitch Webb for 14th. And he's got it. So Buck all the way to 14th already. Just 10 laps in here. Mitch Webb diving it back under him here. Buck gonna try to get that run on that middle line, and he will drive right back around in there. Take a look at Harrison Dill, P18, Alex Hayes 19th, Ryan Kitten 20th. Some of these cars struggling on the back. Is Krutov looking. See Clifford Driscoll lapping his first car tonight. It's going to be Jamie Krutov, who had damage early, had to go on pit road. Jaron Valley still holding that 2nd place spot as Benedict Ringer trying to run him down. Single file action. A lot of these guys may be saving tires in these modifieds. Kind of have to play the tire game. Zach Staggs to 12th. Buck up to 14th. Parker and Mitch Webb got a battle for 15th going here side by side. These 2 cars always side by side, week in and week out. 2 very, very competitive cars and very consistent drivers. So Mitch Webb gonna dive it down on the bottom. Parker Dirks kind of gets the cushion, gets up a little high there, scrubs some speed. Ryan Kent trying to work his way back forward after the damage on that car. Matt Durbin 21st. Clifford Driscoll still holding on to that race lead as Krutov a little bit below the pace there as he clips Thomas. Thomas into the outside wall. I believe breaks the right front, and yes, the first caution of the night is out. Brought to you by Rocky Top Sim Wraps. We will take a look back here and see what happened. Brian Thomas, big damage on that car. He'll go in for that fast repair. Big damage there. Looks like Krutov below the pace. Brian Thomas just tags him. They make a little bit of contact, slid up into him, and it broke the right front. Couldn't steer it. So an unfortunate start here. Very early here in the race for Brian Thomas. And Brian Thomas sitting at 4th in the points. So definitely not what he needed, as it's still Clifford Driscoll, your points leader, out front here. We take a look as Ryan Kent will get his wave arounds and will get back on the lead lap. See if he can charge his way forward. Matt Durbin also going to get a wave around. Take a look through the field here. Taylor on 11th. Dill 12th. Zach Staggs 13th. You see Buck has worked his way up to 15th from that 22nd starting position. Great run for him so far. Mitch Webb 15th. Parker Dirks 16th. Mullins, Dill, Hayes, Thomas has a lot of work to do now. It's Ryan Kent, Matt Durbin, and Krutov back on the lead lap. Those cars going to look to drive their way back to the front, as it is still Clifford Driscoll that has led every single lap so far. Looking to continue that run he's had in the modifieds, as he has been a dominant car all season long. Pace lights are off, going green this time by. It is Clifford Driscoll bringing him to the green in the Delaware double restart. Off of turn number 4, Clifford Driscoll will fire off. Green flag, back underway. Just 15 laps in. You're back underway. Jaron Valley holding on to second. Kinzer Tosh looking to the inside from 5th to 3rd on the restart, side by side with Benedict Ringer. Braden Tuttle trying to get his nose up in there as well. Side by side battle. Tuttle with some contact with Tosh. Tuttle holds on to it though and keeps it going. Jordan Injuries looking to the inside of Tuttle. That's the battle for 6th. Taylor on trying to peek in on the inside line. Big stack up. Injuries. Tuttle and Logan Moon get tied up. We'll bring out the second yellow of the night. Just lap 16 of 40. Logan Moon gets it spun back around, and he will bring it in for a quick repair. See Harrison Dill tied up in that one. Braden Tuttle will go in for a quick repair. So it looks like Moon and Tuttle and Injuries make some contact there, and just creates a checkup. A couple cars get tangled up. Logan Moon taking the brunt of the damage there. Big damage there. So Clifford Driscoll, Jaron Valley, Benedict Ringer, Keegan Sanders, Kinzer Tosh. And an unfortunate time there for Kinzer Tosh to see that yellow lap did not get completed. So Kinzer Tosh will have to fall back to P5, but made a move from 5th to 3rd on that restart. See if he can do it again here. Zach Staggs 12th, Mullen 13th. Ryan Kent already up to 14th, was back there in the back on that restart. Alex Hayes starting to work his way forward here as well. A lot of cars from the back working their way forward. As Keegan Sanders comes out of the pits, got that car fixed up and ready to go. Is off into turn 3 and 4. Pace lights are off. We'll fire off once again here. Clifford Driscoll will bring us to the green. Green flag, back underway. Clifford Driscoll with a great jump will pull out ahead. Jaron Valley going to try to run him down. Kinzer Tosh up to 3rd once again. Benedict Ringer with a big run on the outside will take away that 3rd place spot. Kinzer Tosh going to dive it back underneath of him, looking for 3rd. It's also Jordan Injuries knocking on the door here. And caution's back out. Just lap 17. Looks like Dill and Durbin with big damage there. Looks like Staggs contact, gets punted, spun around, and then just nowhere to go, and a huge crash there. Several cars involved in that one. And a lot of damaged cars. Going to see a lot of cars have to go to pit road for that one. Krudolph adding on to already a tough night for him. More nose damage. They're going to have to bring that to the pit road. Parker Dirks goes behind the wall as well. $17 in the books so far. Been all Clifford Driscoll. Led every single lap. Even starting 3rd, led the first lap. He's been dominant tonight. You see one car dropping to the tail there. I believe that's Matt Durbin. We get ready to go green. Once again, it's Clifford Driscoll, Jaron Valley, Benedict Ringer, Kenzer Tosh, Jordan Injuries, Taylor Ron, Lock Dill. Down the backstretch. Getting ready to go back green. Off into turn 3. And off of turn 4. Green flag, back underway. 17 in the book. Can we get this race green flag run here? Kenzer Tosh will catch that inside berm, but makes it work. Slides up in front of Ringer for third. Ringer will get there. Injury is going to poke his nose to the inside of Ringer here. Dives it in deep. Slides up a lot. Ringer has to get on the gas pedal and try to go around the top. Clifford Driscoll still in control of this race lead as caution is back underway. His car is piling up. Multiple cars piled up. 22 of Dill. Stags I see there. Brian Thomas with some damage. Crudoff with some damage. Logan Moon tied up in it as well. And an unfortunate break there for those cars is it's like Tuttle and Thomas are going to make big contact. They stack up. Cars have nowhere to go. And just chaos unfolds. Gonna see a lot of cars have to pit with big damage. We got one up on the wall right now. We get ready to go back green here. Unfortunate day for guys like Logan Moon, tons of damage. The 22 of Dill, a lot of damage. Crudoff on pit road still. Stags on pit road still. Clifford Driscoll has dominated all season long and is dominating here tonight. Gets ready to go off into 4. Try to do it one more time here. It's green flag back underway. Also going to be the halfway. The Tay-Tay's Tech Shed halfway home. Clifford Driscoll has led all 20 laps so far. You see Jaron Valley up to second. Kenzer Tosh looking around the outside of Ringer for third. He's got it for now. Buck to the inside as Buck has charged all the way from the tail to 6th already. He's trying to make a run to the inside of the 07 of Dill. Off into 1 and 2. Buck gonna slide up under him. Ryan Kent will get under Dill here as well. 3-car battle there for 6th. Buck running that middle line. Dill up top. Kent also working that middle line. Gonna create some big momentum there. Injuries there as well. Injuries on the middle line. Dill had to go way high. Will he carry the momentum down the straightaway? Run kind of stalls out. Now Buck to the inside of Injuries. Take a look up here. Battle for second. Kenzer Tosh trying to make a run in Jaron Valley. Tosh working that middle line, trying to get around the Owana Valley. Tosh looking to the inside. We'll get the nose in there. Off into 3. Tosh side by side off of 4. Give that lap to Tosh for second. We'll look to throw that slide job off into 1 and 2. We'll actually keep it down low. Valley going to try to make the run work on the high line. Still Kenzer Tosh as they go back into 3. Tosh slides up big there. Valley underneath of him. Battle for second. And Benedict Ringer trying to get his nose in there. This is exactly what Clifford Driscoll wants to see in his mirror. Big battle for second. As Buck has worked his way all the way up from 22nd to 5th. You see Dill trying to make a move here on Jordan. Injuries for 6th. Still trying to make that high line work. Ryan Kent underneath him trying to make the run work. Down the backstretch. Into 3. Ryan Kent will dive it into the inside. Dill's going to slide high, trying to build that momentum to run down injuries. Into 1 and 2. Kent to the inside. You see Keegan Sanders trying to work his way forward. He was caught up in an early wreck, but he's already starting to drive his way to the front. Looks to the inside of Tuttle for 11th. You can see Brian Thomas, who's also had a bad day, starting to move up to 14th here. Logan Moon trying to drive his way back forward. Zach Staggs trying to drive his way back forward. Logan Moon carrying that momentum on the top on Zach Staggs. I believe that top line is the place to be right now. Alex Hayes struggling here in 19th place, and he's got Clifford Driscoll reeling him in, trying to put him a lap down. Adam Mullen a lap down. As you can see now, 10 laps to go. Jaron Valley trying to hold off Benedict Ringer in that 296 car. And Buck trying to win hard, or Buck hard charging up to 5th here. Jordan Injuries P6. Ryan Kent gets around Dill for 7th. Taylor Ron P10 as a caution is out. Have to take a look here. Don't see it yet. Parker Dirks and Tuttle make contact. Tuttle goes around. Keegan Sanders nowhere to go. Piles in and destroys the front end of that car. Tuttle with some big damage as well. Just got that 10 to go mark and the yellow comes out. Not at all what Clifford Driscoll wanted to see, is Kenzer Tosh has been hard charging his way forward too. And looks to have a very, very fast car tonight. Can he get up in the mix? Clifford Driscoll's led every lap. Can we see a new leader? The battle in the middle of the pack continues. Harrison Dill up to 14. Good run for him after the damage. Zach Staggs, P15. Prudhoff to 16th. Tuttle all the way back to 17th. Not the run he wanted at all. As Alex also continues to struggle. As we get ready to go again. 10 laps remaining. Can they get 10 laps in the books? Green flag here. We will find out. Down the backstretch, Clifford Driscoll will lead them into 3. Kenzer Tosh trying to make a move. Jaron Valley trying to make a move. Which one of these drivers can get up here and make some noise for the lead? Off of turn number 4, green flag, back underway. Clifford Driscoll with a good jump. Kenzer Tosh in P2. He's got Benedict Ringer right there behind him. You can see cars. Big battle here at about the mid-pack. Brian Thomas, Matt Durbin. Tuttle will dive it in deep. Makes contact with Thomas. Contact and a huge wreck. Unfolds and another one. It's 8 laps remaining. Another yellow. More cars on pit road here. It's like Tuttle gets it in too deep, gets on that berm, and then gets tight, gets into Thomas, and some checkup happens, and a huge wreck. Collecting several cars there. Logan Moon continues to have a very unfortunate night tonight. Feels like he's been kind of involved in everybody else's mess tonight. We're going to try to get these last 8 laps in the books. Still Clifford Driscoll out front. They get ready to fire off. Off of 4, Clifford Driscoll. Off to the green flag. He will take the lead. Pulls ahead with a great jump there. He's led every lap so far. Benedict Ringer underneath Kenzer Tosh. Big run up top from Jaron Valley. Battle for third place is on here between Benedict Ringer and Jaron Valley. Ringer will slide up. Valley running way up on the top. Buck now knocking on the door. He'll get to the inside of Valley. He'll move up to third unless Ringer can get the run on the top. Battle for third, a 4-car battle for third. Ryan Kent got involved in an early wreck, went to the back, and has drove his way all the way up to 6th so far. 5 laps to go. It is still Clifford Driscoll. Led every lap so far, continues to lead as Valley and Ringer almost make some contact. Ringer still trying to make that top line work. His injuries will dive it in deep. And, oh, contact around. Goes, that's Kyle. That's Kyle and Dill there. 2 cars going around there. Dill will go on pit road. Not at all how his race wanted to go. Has been a top 10 car all day today. Is Logan Moon and those guys that are out of fast repairs, they wanted to see that to get repaired. Looks like the 41 slides up on the 7's nose and it spins both of them around. Collected a lot of cars in it too. Taylor Ron still holding on to a strong top 10 run so far. And don't blink now, but Brian Thomas is starting to do good here. Parker Dirks, big damage on that car. Still out on the racetrack, though. Dill will have to go back to P17. Try to fire off here and move his way forward. Not at all. With 5 to go, not at all. What you want to see there is there's a 3-point battle between him and Brian Thomas for that top 5 spot. Excuse me, for 4th in points for the modifieds. As off of 4, green flag back underway. Clifford Driscoll continues to dominate these restarts. Kinzer Tosh trying to make a run happen. Ringer gets to Tosh. They make contact. Buck will clear Ringer for the moment. He'll dive it into the inside of Tosh, looking for 2nd. Ringer up top, trying to storm by Tosh on the high line. Into 1 and 2, Buck on the inside, trying to make the pass for 2nd. It is still Tosh holding on to 2nd. As you can see Buck on the bottom line here. Contact there with Ryan Kent, and I believe that was Jaron Valley, as Taylor Ron will dive to the inside of Ryan Kent there. Valley trying to make the run work. Contact with the 21. Matt Durbin will dive it in deep under the 21 car. It's still Clifford Driscoll at 2 laps remaining. Buck and Kinzer Tosh battle for 2nd. Ringer trying to get his nose in there. Tosh with the run on the top, as it's still Clifford Driscoll dominating this race as Buck will pull off the pass. Oh, and big contact. Tosh is around. They keep it off of him. White flag brought to you by Lockville Sim Sports. There can't be a yellow because it's white flag, but big contact there. Benedict Ringer got into Tosh big time there and spun him around. It's off of 4. Clifford Driscoll leads every lap and dominates to win here at Knoxville. What a job for Clifford Driscoll, and just one more step closer to bringing home the championship. This has been a dominant season for him in these UMP modifieds. Feels like there's been no answer for Clifford Driscoll. Picking up the win here. Take a look through the field. Buck from 22nd all the way to 2nd. What a run for him. Ryan Kent to the back, drives all the way to the front. Guys like Braden Tuttle managed to bounce back from Big Rex. Brian Thomas, 10th place. Harrison Dill, 11th. Best run in the modified so far. The brothers, 10th and 11th and 12th there. Is Dill able to salvage a 12th place run after getting spun out and going to the back. Jaron Valley, once again, staying consistent with an 8th place finish. Has been so consistent this year. Always up there at the front. And always making those runs. As Some struggles from Alex Hayes, Zach Staggs, two cars that did not have the night they wanted. Parker Dirks, Kenzer Tosh spun around with 2 laps to go. He'll end up finishing 18th. Screwed off with big damage, had to retire. Logan Moon could not get away from the wrecks. Keegan Sanders with some bad luck. Mitch Webb with some bad luck.